So in Montessori, we always focus on going from the most concrete to the more abstract. And we focus a lot on the four basic operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. We always start off with the golden beads because the golden beads are the most concrete materials that the children will see. So this is an example. I've laid out multiplication from the golden beads to the most abstract. This would be an example of how we would do it. So the children look at the equation. It's 1,232 times 3. That means they actually take the quantity 1,232 3 times. Here it is taken 1 time, here it is taken 2 times, and here it is taken 3 times. So they truly have a deep understanding of the concept of multiplication, which is multiplication is just like addition, but it's a special addition because you're repeating the same number many times. When they truly have a good understanding of the concept with the golden beads, the children move on to the stand game. And here it is. So this is the same equation, 1,232 times 3, but using the stand game, you see that it's still concrete, but not as concrete as the golden beads. They no longer see the quantity, but the quantity is written on the stamp. So here it is taken 1 time, here it is taken 2 times, and here it is taken 3 times. Then after the golden beads and the stand game, they are moving on to the bead frame. The bead frame is again a little bit more abstract than the stand game because the kids are no longer seeing the actual quantities on the beads, but they know that the units are always green, the tens are always blue, the hundreds are always red, and the thousands, units of thousands are always green. So they've always got the color as a pattern to follow, even though they no longer have that quantity. Once the concept is clear with the golden beads, the children absolutely are free to move on to mastering their facts. And so they're constantly working with learning their multiplication tables. And these are examples of how they would do that. They often check their work, and the more they check the work, the more they're memorizing their facts. So yes, the teachers would always double check, but they always use, and we call them control charts to check their multiplication. So these are all examples of memorizing their facts. And again, it's concrete. So this would be 1 times 1, 1 taken 1 time, 2 times 2, 2 taken 2 times. So again, very visual in everything that they do. This is how they would then move on to long multiplication. This is called the checkerboard, and this is fascinating because this is where they understand that when they're doing a long multiplication, when you multiply anything by a 10, you're placing a 0 over here. And so we call that the magic 0. But the children are learning these rules by using the materials. It's never something that the teacher tells them. It's so visual as they do it with the materials that they're understanding these rules on their own. The more they're understanding the rules, the more they're using the materials, the deeper the understanding is. And then finally, once they've worked with this, the children are then able to figure things out abstractly. And again, it's not the teachers telling them, now you're able to do it abstractly, but working with the materials for as long as they have, they're the ones that communicate, I'm ready, I know how to do it in my head. Now, obviously, and this is an example for how we would do all the operations, but there's more to math than the operations. So we're constantly working on word problems. Word problems are something that the kids do constantly. They also do money and rounding and graphing and measurement, and we give them the unit book. This is an example of all the work that they would do in their unit book if they're not focusing on the operations.